Ever wondered what WMM stands for? Well, I'm going to explain to you all you need to know. First of all, WMM stands for Working Memory Model. Now, you might be thinking, what's a phonological loop? What does articulatory control mean? And how do all these things fit together? What made the model by Badley and Hitch so special? That's a good question. And to answer that, we must first go to where it all began. I don't like this. Me neither.
One eternity later.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. The main point of the working memory model is that it suggests short-term memory actually consists of multiple stores, not just one. This means we can look at these confusing words in a much simpler way. The phonological store becomes the inner ear, the articulatory control becomes the inner voice, and the visuospatial scratchpad becomes the inner eye. The phonological loop is what you use when you try to remember a phone number, a list of words, or anything similar. After reading the information, it can stay in your memory for only 2 seconds without rehearsal. That's why you start repeating what you need to remember. So if that's in charge of what we hear, what's dealing with the things we see? That would be the visuospatial scratchpad. Simply put, this is how you can visualize the map from your home to the nearest grocery store without looking at it. And finally, the episodic buffer is what puts these two together, sort of like an editor adding sound to a film. The procedure through which this was supported is called the dual task technique. Participants, when asked to remember something while doing something else, could remember much less information when the two tasks required the same so-called slave system. That means if the two tasks used the phonological loop, the information would sort of compete and our memory capacity couldn't accommodate for everything. This is where we get articulatory suppression from. The most convincing piece of evidence comes from the KF case study. KF had their brain and memory damaged after a motorcycle accident. However, the researchers found out only their phonological loop was damaged and the rest worked unaffected.
That's all, folks.